and I'm going to try to see if this works. So hold on while I see if this stream isn't fucking up like the last one, because that would be bad. And I usually do this from my phone because why not? And hopefully it works. Right, it does work. It doesn't seem choppy, and that's good, because that means that is annoying. Right, okay. I need to turn on the music after. Great, because now I can see your responses there, so I don't have to turn my head around every single time. But usually I think I just move my head either way. But today's paper, it's blue, and that means something. Great. But today's painting, I wanted to paint a house, sort of like here-ish, and it's gonna be blue, because I had an epiphany that the house from Mummy Dale is blue with the red ceiling, and it's adorable, so I will paint a-ish modern house just with those colors, because why not? And then I will have obviously a majestic sunshine rise, or maybe it's just a sundown about here, and then I will have to make something around those so it makes sense, right? I don't know how to start, but possibly I think it's best if I start with green to understand where things are supposed to be, and I think I will have to have a bit darker green in not the one I just popped out, so I'm gonna have to mix it a bit darker shade. Right, that's fun. So I'm a bit unsure how big it has to be to fit everything I want, but I think the ground line or like the things should start to be about here-ish, so it's like half, or I mean 1/3 of the painting, so it makes sense in like a artistic perspective with it. And I want the house to be kind of elevated, and then it kind of going a bit down on the side. And I mean, quality is great, I know. So that's so, but I'm trying to get shit done so I can provide better quality, and then it's easier to be engaged in my paintings, so that's great. Still alone, but that's okay. Sometimes you don't have to. Sometimes you can't be around other people, and that's okay. I mean, humans weren't made to be solitude, but sometimes it happens, and I'm trying to go over what I painted so it's not see-through, so it's covered and I'm not having any specific way of brush strokes, because I mean honestly I think this painting should be a bit messy in stroke wise, at least in the bigger things, which is great because I mean it's chaos, and who doesn't love chaos? Now, fantastic. Now I need to wash it so it doesn't dry. This won't connect to chat. Okay, I'm gonna send an A. Does it work? No, it doesn't. Oops. Yeah. I don't know why it's struggling. I have absolutely no clue. But that fucking sucks. He doesn't want to. That's okay. I mean, it does happen. So, yeah. I have a Discord and it's been somewhat communicative wise. It's been lovely. I have motivated people, I have motivated one to be more confident in the works he has made, which is fantastic. I forgot this inside the water, which is not good because it shouldn't be in the water. It will mess up the it will mess up the brush if you just leave it in water. So don't do that. Now I need to make a nice blue color for the house, and I think this will be a perfect bluish color. And then I need to mix it with a tiny bit of white, but I'm gonna put in another blue just to make it a bit more vibrant, I guess. Or I mean mostly because I saw it and it didn't have a lot of color in it, and it's also a bit more bright, so I don't have to put in that much white, which is always nice. And now this is trash, and that's okay, because people are trash every day and no one judges them. Perfect. So I am mixing paint, a tedious part of every single masterpiece. And that is a wonderful blue. And everything I paint, since bad quality, I will post to my Instagram, but it's also a good thing to commercialize outside of Twitch because you can't grow a platform here, which is great. Now, how tall? That's the question. It's supposed to be 3 stories high, and I have planned to make a caricature as well, so maybe like this. Perfect. So this will be a corner of the house. And it's a really, really, really nice blue. Fuck. It's gorgeous. Absolutely breathtaking now. I should not dragged it this far down, but I need I also need a foundation thingy line. I need a part of it being gray, so it has foundation, so it's not just standing on top of nothing, because that would suck. That wouldn't be a PogChamp moment, if whatever that means. Perfect. Fantastic. That was a bit bumpy, but that's okay, because I mean, everything's kind of bumpy either way. Now, I haven't done anything in particularly funny. I was outside, you know, doing doing things you can do outside, which was fun. As everything outside is just fun. I was to my therapist, and we are ready to go over questions and things to figure out exactly what's wrong with me, and that's a good thing, because it's questions who is in the need of answering. You see right there, it's a bit stupid color, fuck, but that's okay, it does happen. And if you are viewing me, I would like for you to say hi. I don't know, my chat on the stream thingy doesn't work, but I can check if it works at all. Yeah. Hold on. It should come up there, but then again, it can't connect to chat. So yeah. The chat works, it just doesn't work there, which kinda sucks, and I don't know how to fix it, but that's okay, it happens. So oops. Nothing much I can actually do about it, but I need a gray. I need to find the black color. There it is. Fuck. And where's the white? I don't have any order to my colors. I don't I don't know where any of things are, but luckily I have a big tube of white, which is fucking almost empty, but that's okay, it happens. And where did it go? There it is. it says error, but I don't know. I think that's a test. Yeah. Hi, welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a good day. And yeah, chat's working, it's just not showing up. And that's okay, because I have you here, because I'm smart. Just in case there's problems I don't want to fix. Now I have a bit of blue in the gray I just made, so it's not as boring, so it's a bit more complex. I've been seeing a lot of TikTok videos about how you shouldn't just mix white and black to create a gray color, and though I highly disagree, I digress and try to be better. But this is a really nice gray color, so I will put it not where this line goes. I will jump in slightly so it is so it looks like foundation. And so it is realistic in those senses. Perfect. Now I need to wash off that, and then I need to fix the grass. However much that fixed anything. So I will have to paint the grass over again, because that's necessary, since it didn't work. But that's okay. Now I think I can fix it by putting a bit more gray, like this. Yeah, that worked. And then making it a bit more texturized so it's not boring, which is also necessary in many ways. Now I think I need to make another blue color to paint the sky, and now I will paint it very light, because I don't think I want a sunset after all. But then again, I don't want the sun to be like high up. Little reminder, I hope you're having a good day, and you should never give up. Please take care and do what you love, because you're important. Love and enough, and you should be proud of everything you do. Proud of you. Sam Schwang, thank you. I am always very proud of what I do. I have a weird confidence that everything I produce is basically godlike, because I have the attitude of, if I'm not proud of my works, there's no reason other people will be proud of it too. And I have been emphasizing that type of attitude to the people in my Discord. So if you want to bring that to the table there as well, I would be glad to have you there. So I don't think I have the dimensions I wanted to have, but that's okay, because we're gonna make the sky a bit bluish, so it's like actually blue, because the background thingy I made is kind of purple, and I don't think I want it to be kind of purple. It needs to be blue. It's a requirement for the sky, definitely. Now, I have absolutely no will to have the strokes in a very particular way, and most of the things I paint now is sort of a sketch-ish to lay out where I want things to be. I'll join your Discord, but I'm still trying to figure out how it works. YK, which I don't know what means. Discord is very simple. It's a messenger app, essentially. Only it's more emphasized on groups and such. No. I think the terrain needs to go a bit more up there, so I will leave the sky and not paint it precisely there, because I need it to be a bit higher there, and I need it to be a bit lower here, so I will try to paint. I will try, emphasis on the try part. But the fun thing about most of the things I make is that I have an ish idea of what I want and how I want it to be, so I won't be completely devastated when it doesn't turn out exactly how I want it to be. I don't have Discord for long, and my heart doesn't take it good, but I'll be better at it. Oof. I mean, personally, I have never been a huge fan of Discord as a social medium in that sense. I haven't been the most big follower of them in that sense. I didn't use Discord for about a year because I just didn't have the energy and the mental capacity to be active in it, and it just seemed so messy in a lot of ways, and it's tiring. But luckily, the part of Discord you'll get onto with my with Void, I mean, yes, exactly. I think you know what I mean. In the Discord that is linked precisely. It's usually most spread positivity, and if you are making something, I would love to see it, and I would love to emphasize on the good parts of it, because if anyone makes anything art related, there is actually no bad things about it, because everyone has a different view on what is art. So anything can be art, and you're in, and that's great. And I don't have the physical strength to go in, because I think I will lose the newer chats right there. So that's okay. It happens. And I need more green. I need a lot of green. And I think that's a bit too bluish green. I don't want it to be that bluish green. I want it to be just green. And I'm gonna have a bit more light green in it, so I don't have to use white, because it's almost empty. But that's okay. I mean, it happens. Perfect. Now I can make the grass levitate. I can make it bigger. I can make it brighter as well, which is great because it was very dark. It is, I mean, not for long though. Perfect. I nailed that one, and I'm proud of myself because of course I am. Why wouldn't I? I think I know the problem that I faced. I needed to have dimensions. I need the building not to be linear to wherever the painting is viewed upon. I needed to go a bit more back when it reaches the border of paper. Great. So, my brain cells needs to work this out. I mean, it's just emphasizing a bit more down here and then smoothing it out to the corner. And it works great. And I realize now this is going to be a very wet painting. And I don't know if that will come out good or if it will come out horrible, but that's okay. Sometimes it happens. Sure. Right. And now I need to do that essentially all on the blue part as well. So I shouldn't have drawn that much in the with the gray on top because it becomes very wet and I think I destroyed it, but that's okay. I can fix that later. That's a problem it's a problem for later. And I can paint the whole thing as well, just in case I mean words, just in case it's not precisely the same. And that means I can also fix the bigger line as well, which is necessary. So it comes just a bit more out and covers the sky a bit, because that's necessary. Perfect. Now I need to get rid of the green on my pencil. And then it's good. It's perfect. Fantastic. And since I touched the green, I have to take that and paint that again. And hopefully I don't fuck it up again, because that'd be exactly the thing I did now. I mean, luckily you can't see. I think the thing I will miss the most when I can afford better the plugging thingy to my camera to the computer, and the thing I would miss the most is just pretending I don't make mistakes, because obviously everyone makes mistakes, and like, oh fuck, I messed up the paint, but I mean, you can't see it, so most likely it didn't never happen, and that's always fun. So I will have to take a sip. And then I will have to paint the ceiling. I mean the rooftop. Yeah. So I can get that in there too, as well. Now, it is kind of darkish red, so I will paint it with some darkish red. It kind of tells itself, but I have to. I will switch up the pencil because it's unnecessarily big, and I need a bit rounder one. If it's not rock hard. All my round pencils are rock hard. But that's okay, I can use another pencil that isn't as hard. No, I think that's a bit too red. Maybe I can put it with some darkish purple too, since it's basically just a tint of blue in it, or like halfway or something blue in it. It's essentially red. So if I put in just a tiny bit of it, and now I made the whole thingy red, but that's okay, because I can just wash that off, dry it off, make it go away. It didn't happen. No proof. And then it can be a bit darker. Yes, that's actually perfect. I just need to mix everything in. So so it has a unity. So it's not some light stripes and dark majority. It needs to be complete. Perfect. I think I will paint a like black thingy that leads water down as well, so it is a bit more realistic in that sense. And I will make make it look like it's stones, but it's just one whole color. And I'll make it a bit curvy, because that's fun. Everybody likes curvy things, I would assume. Perfect. That's not perfect, but it will pretend. And now I need to make some windows, so it makes sense. Perfect. Now, it's not completely dry yet, so I will take the green I have and I will make it darker in many senses, so I can make some a pond here, because that was also something I mentioned. So it has some dimensions, because from here it kind of looks like there it needs to be something here, because it's just a bit too low for it to actually make sense. So I will mix in some brown with the green to make it darker, basically, essentially. And it works perfectly. It's kind of a muddy green. I mean, kind of looks like my dog's diarrhea, but that's something. That drawing looks incredible, by the way. The one from Marcus or something. I forgot his name, but that's okay. It is a really incredible drawing. I mean, unless you're speaking about the paintings, but I don't think you mean that, because you said drawing, and that was not my drawing, but it is a very beautiful drawing. Now, so it's some levitation-ish, and then it's yeah. This looks fantastic. Absolutely gorgeous. And then it will go a bit more like so, and then it will go a bit more like so, and it will go a bit more like so. Perfect. And then there's this line again. I hate lines, and I should probably stop painting myself to paint them. But then again, if you don't do things that you don't like to do voluntarily, you will never like to do them at all. So it's kind of essential to do shitty things. And follow the thing around so it is a perfect little small pond or a lake. I mean, from this distance it should probably be classified as a lake when I think of it. And then I will try to smooth this thingy, I mean the grass line, a bit out so it is a bit more dynamic. It's a bit more fluid, which I failed to do, which is okay. At least I tried, and we'll have to continue that all the way down here, even though it's a bunch of blue sky painted over there, which was a dumb idea because I couldn't think a bit ahead and it fucked me over. But that's okay because it essentially it has to happen. Great. Now I think I have to make everything slightly darker. At least this part here. I need to take some of that green and then make it a bit lighter because that is fairly bright, and so it's not that dark. It needs to be a bit brighter again. So this is fun. Yes, perfect. Angle wise, I have no idea what angle it should be at, but I am choosing it to be this angle. Yeah, that can actually make sense. It can look pretty. It still has possibilities. I mean, the best part of a painting is when you realize it comes together. The small ideas in your head is proven to be better proceed than you initially thought. And I made it a bit sharper, but that's okay because I have to make a darker gray, and then I have to make a darker house color, but I think I can paint on the windows first. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Now I need to wash the pencil, but I mean, for the people watching, I can't see who's watching, but it says it's 2. So, what have you been up to? Have you been doing anything creative? And something worth mentioning, because honestly I have just been knitting, and that sort of grandma activity. Right. And it's kind of It's so repetitive. I initially made it and did it so I could like to relax more, to be more zen, if you understand. But I think it backfired a bit because it's just boring now. But I mean, everyone suffers from success. No, I lied. I will make the foundation grayer. I mean darker, more shadowy. I was trying painting many years ago, but I drifted away. But some kind of art I am doing is dancing. That's really fun. And but I'm thinking of trying to paint something, but I don't have inspiration at the moment. A great thing to give to you as information. You won't necessarily have inspiration for a piece of art that you want to make, and it's the best thing to do is to always paint something, paint a line, and then next one, and then the next one, just sketching it or something, because if you constantly wait for some sort of inspiration, you won't really progress. You at some point further on, you will be inspired to paint something just by picking up the pencil or pen or whatever medium you're using. So you don't, the worst thing you can do is wait for inspiration to hit, because it's a skill sorta, so you have to train it in order to be better at it. Something to do constantly. Now, I promised windows, so I will make some windows now. I need white, but I need not that much white, because it's not, it can't be pure white. It needs to be a bit dark. So, yeah. Perfect. Now, except for it to be a lot of paint all over the brush, which is easily fixable, I can proceed to and try to make a window. So I need 2 windows, and I need them to make sense. Perfect. yes, that will sort of make sense. It would be a bit tight, but that's okay. Now, I will paint the whole thing because then it's, I don't know, easier making whatever is visible from it. And I messed up. But technically it's okay. I I need to make the thingy darker. But then again, I don't think I need to make the building darker. I think I need to make the roof darker. Or a bit toned down. Now, this is not white anymore. Or light gray. That's okay. It's mixing with everything and anything else, so yeah, that's okay. It happens way too often, and I have to fix the dimensions of the roof as well. Jeez, there's so much I have to do. Your paintings looks really great so far. I'm looking forward to final touches. It looks incredible for sure. Thank you. I am very proud of my paintings. They are the thing that I look forward to every single weekend. I mean, it's not the most incredible, fun, and exciting thing to do, but the small things in life is usually the best, in my opinion, and the most important. And that's still very wet, so I will not touch that because it's not dried. Now, that's a hair. That's not mine. Essentially, I will pretend. And I think I made this window just a bit too big. Oops. Now, I have to do something else. I have to rooftop. That's easy. That will that will surely go on go over very well. So I will put a bit brown in it to tone it down. Exactly. I don't know what you said exactly to. But I think it's the small things in life. It's actually a thing keeping me alive. I don't have that much other stuff going for me, and I don't necessarily want to either. So it's my fault. That's on me, and I will make this make sense. That's my only goal. Yeah, it still kind of makes sense. Exactly about those little things. And what's the painting you're most proud of? I am unsure. I think it's a painting I did years ago, and that painting is essentially graffitied. It's about a meter long, and it's there, and it's kind of jammed in between stuff, so it's not that easy to take out and show you. But it's basically a galaxy in pink and black, and the space itself is white, and I have a good idea as to how to make it make it better. I have a plan of to make the everything just being tagged on by small aliens and just fucking things up, because I made it to be our solar system, of course, but it needs something that's fun. It's kind of bland and boring for the moment, but someday I will fix that. But out of the things I have available to show you, I can skim through them and view. I think I will have to say that I am most proud of the painting with the legs, because it's very euphorical and dreamy, and that's something I really enjoyed painting, and it made me want to paint something dreamy and euphorical after, so it's a bit more perhaps type of painting, but it's come to nature and realism again, which is okay. Now, fuck. Maybe, just maybe, perhaps, I should make the foreground look realistic again. I'm really enchanted to start 2 stars, and it looks really good. Thank you. The first painting I also did was a bit crammed up in my personal after review, but it was also with stars, and it's more pretty with stars. Honestly, everything looks better with stars. Honestly, I I don't have much more to comment. Stars are really pretty. I don't like the moonlight though, it's ugly, but that's something else. Now, this is a bit too bright. I should probably use this one. This green. Definitely. 5 stars, or how should I suppose I say it? Sorry, my English sucks sometimes. I am not very good at grammar in English either, so you will be excused. It's okay. Don't think about it too much. So, for this to make sense, it needs to be more stuff here, so it will make sense, essentially. And then I can put in all of this in a bit more brighter spirit, and then I can actually make it look a bit darker further downwards in the thingy. If it will look slightly darker, if it will let me. Why not? This looks fantastic. I tried away with the blue, but that was not the point. I mean, it was a mistake. Mistakes were made. Fuck. Oh. This must be the best shadow I have ever made. By a landslide. That's too bright. Perfect. Now, perhaps the glue has dried a bit, and I can proceed by painting that again, which would be fun, but I have done it a couple of times now, and it's starting to not be as fun. But I don't think it's necessary to paint the whole thing, so I will paint just the outlines to make it with dimensions and make the corners sharper. So perfect. But I mean, I started to paint the whole thing. Oops, but that's okay. Oh, that's too bright. Fuck. So now I have to, so it does make sense. That's okay. I don't need to paint it more. Perfect. Now, most of the things is wet, but that's okay because I will look at it and think how to make the background sky. Or if I have to make that darker, which I think I do, I have to. If English works well, I mean, yeah. Now, maybe I can make the lake. Also, the paintings on your wall looks great too. Thank you. I have made this one a long time ago, and I don't remember essentially when. This one I painted alongside my friend who painted the other part of the painting, and the only requirement for me getting the sheet of fabric that we painted on was that I had to put it up on my wall, and I did, and I haven't put it down since. And it is really pretty paintings. I like them a lot. Now, I will make a lake. But it's a really nice idea that it's your and your friend's painting. Yes, it is. I absolutely I like that it's not only my art that is come up against my wall, because that would be very self-centric, and I don't want to be that up my own ass. Because that'd be ridiculous. It would be a bit too much. Now, this needs to be, it needs to be a bit lighter. Luckily I have light colors already out, so I can brighten it up. Okay. That's a pretty color. I like this. This works. It's sort of violet in a sense. But you know you'll remember it every time you look at it that you did it together. I will. It will be permanently embedded in my mind, because I have no remembering of painting it myself. So of course it has to be my friend, and she even signed it, which is adorable. And it is something that is essential to my room and my space. Not the website, but like the physical space I am in. And now I will paint everything else of the sky with this color, or at least a lot of it. And then I will darken it once I start to run out of the paint, I mean. And now it's this line again. Fuck, my worst enemy. I mean, I think the worst part of working on several parts of a painting at the same time is honestly straight lines, and the divide between the background and the foreground, because it's very easy to paint over it, and personally, in my eyes, it makes it look like it's in front of it, because it's physically in front of it, if you understand. And that's bothering my brain cells mainly. Perfect. It wasn't perfect, but I lied, and that's okay. You need to pretend that mistakes are meant to be made. Now, it needs to be a bit darker. But I need to. Oh, I can put in blue in it. That will work. No, that's a huge part of that. And I need a huge part of this as well. I mean, a slight bit. Perfect. Now, it's a bit too dark. That's not okay. I didn't fix the problem at all. But that's okay. Sometimes you can't fix problems. I spilled paint on my microphone. Oops. Well, I mean, it's a hazard when it sits rightly under the thing I am painting. It's sort of meant to happen. No. Oops. I should not have that much paint on the brush when I start to put it on the canvas, you know. A lot of paint is sort of begging for it to be messy. Now, I will try to get it somewhat in between here. It's not going that well, but at least I'm trying. It sort of works. You know, not as in it doesn't work. I'm pretending it is working, kind of way. Oh no, the fucking lines again. Perfect. I can't make it to mix in with the color nicely, so I will just mix in a lighter color. And that was, shouldn't have done that, but at least I can mix this in a bit better since the painting is wet. So it kind of works either way in a fantastic sort of way. That was the wrong one. This one. Perfect. It looks dark and grim now, which wasn't necessarily what I planned, but that's okay. That actually looks kind of fantastic. And I will paint the lake in this color. I mean the brightest one, at least. So, but at least I can have stars now, because I think I made it too dark to have a sun. Or maybe I can have like just the gold line of the sun really dark down inside there. But then it wouldn't make sense that there's a very defined shadow on the house. So I think there's stuff that needs to be handled in this painting, and the house is definitely a lot brighter than anything else. Do you also do any other kinds of art than painting? I knit, and the other thing that is knitting only with a hook, I also do that. So I make, I'm currently making a blanket, and I am currently also making a dress, and then I'm also currently making a bag as well. So that is art, but it's not that fun to stream. I mean, I guess there's no clear difference, but I don't want to do that. Fuck, that's too bright. That's too dark. There's no in between. Fuck. Yeah, that will work. So I'm eradicating the harsh shadowy line, and I am making it a bit uh, soft-ish, I guess. Transformation, so it makes sense. So it's not daytime now; it's night, which I essentially wanted it to be. Oh, that sounds really great. It's tiring. It's very boring and repetitive, and yeah, it's just repetitive and sort of boring to constantly do. I don't think it would be much of content to do that on stream. No, I think I have to. No, I don't think I have to. I, I mean, I don't think it would be necessary. No, I don't want to do that. I was thinking of painting the house again, but then again, it can be like very bright. It can be very. It can be. It can be a light color, and then it's just doesn't look that dark when it's dark, you know. But I think I need to make the red darker. Yeah, I understand, but I don't think it's boring. Well, maybe for some other people, but if you, but you know, if you enjoy it, that's the most important. I do. I initially started knitting because it's a form of stress relief. You know, just doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. And then I got a whole lot of yarn from my grandma, and it's essentially 3 bags right down here of yarn. And then I got really motivated to do a lot of other stuff, but I didn't want to get finished with the blanket that I was using, and I called it to myself a stress blanket because I made it while stressed. So, yeah, that's that's the thing. And I forgot where I was going with the sentence. But I got really excited to make a lot of other stuff, and then I am not really pulling through by that excitement. So, yeah, that's fun. Now, it can kind of keep your mind busy. I understand. No, it makes the mind go, okay, one hoop, one hoop, one hoop, and it makes it not busy at all. And that's the main goal. Now, I am sorry to interrupt great things, but I am I'm currently having to leave the room to go to the spy room. So I have a sign. It says pee break in a very wrong way, but that's okay because I have to go pee. Hold on. there's more people here now. That's nice. But making your own blanket is a good thing. There's never enough blankets, that's true, and it's even better when it's my own. And but I think like you don't think about other stuff on the exact thing you're doing. That was a complicated sentence, but hi Mundo, how you're doing? You got a compliment on your drawing by Samwog, and he really liked it, and you should be appreciated in the same manner that I am, of course. Now, I am making a house. It's the side of a house, and it kind of goes more away on that side, and then there's the foreground, and then it's a lot further back there's a pond and some texture, I guess, and then there's the sky, and the house is somewhat more modern version of the Mummydale house, so it makes sense that it's a lot of plants. I mean, thingy. What, my drawing? Yes, your drawing in the Discord chat that I made. Yes, your drawing. He complimented you and you only, and then he complimented me. But that's not besides the point. Yay, painting looks good. Thank you. It's coming together very nicely. I think when I have painted the windows, probably a good thing to continue paint, I will be somewhat satisfied of the thing, and maybe perhaps then go on to making details, which is always fun, because I need to make something on the sky. So that's the thing. And thanks. And well, then I'll compliment your painting. Thank you. Right. I need to make windows. That's a good thing. I don't like that. I destroyed it. I butchered it. The frame. It's not straight. And although things don't have to be straight, it's very annoying and very frustrating when you try to make it straight and it's just like, nah, the fuck, I'm not doing that. Great. And now I will make this also not straight. Great. I mean, it is so far so much better. But you can never know. And there we go again. Mistakes. But that's okay. It happens. Now, I need to figure out what's going inside the house. What sort of things do you find in the window frame of this house? Now, I want one of the windows to be dark. I don't want it to have anything in it. sort of. So it's like there's no one's upstairs. Upstairs is it's a dark place. We don't talk about it now. If I don't get this ish straight, I will be mad at myself, because darker colors and trying to refix it with a lighter color will take ages. And then you're just talking to each other. I'm going to make myself some late night snacks. That's fantastic. I think I want to make spaghetti, but that's not. That takes very long, and it's starting to be late. It's not late yet. Now, great. That's a dark void inside the one of the windows. And now maybe I can make it the curtains, actually. That would be a great idea. So I make the same thing here, only in the corner, like so. So it's obviously a curtain. That's the word. And it turned out a bit gray, but that's okay, because it makes sense that it's a bit lighter, because the the room is lit. There's things going on inside the room. It makes sense. But Mundos, how your day been? Have you painted? Have you drawn? Have you painted the house model? Because you were supposed to do that. It was your homework. And if you haven't done it, sorry, I will be mad. That blue looks so nice. It is a very lovely color. I mean, both of them. It took a while getting it the perfect way. But hello, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Or to make some sort of nickname. I think it's Skate. Correct me if I'm wrong. But is your name Skate? Was that the point? Because that's kind of cool. Now, windows. I need a beige-ish color. You don't see what's going on inside there, but you know there's things doing inside it, right? Because it's a house, and then long back is whatever landscapes, and I will have to make a golden line of sun things. Skirt. Oh, okay, sorry. I kind of wish your background was one color, and so it would be easier to see your work. Right. It's because of low quality, because the camera is the default thingy in the laptop, and I will, when I money have, which will be in next paycheck, I will go and buy a connection thing that is necessary for me to use my camera as a, that's very yellow. Oh, it's not. That's not nice. That was ridiculously yellow. I regret that instantly. So I'm gonna make it just not that not that yellow. Now this is a bit more harmonic. It's a bit prettier. So I will also paint some plants. Of course, it's necessary. Next paycheck, yes, it will be in about 2 weeks, so maybe on the third stream it will be done and you will have actual quality, and then I can fix things so it is easier for you to see, and it's easier for me to paint with perspective as well. It just makes everything so much easier and better in every single way possible. Money, yes. Money is very fantastic. It's the best. I love it. You usually spend your paycheck every month, or you save a lot. I am horrible at saving money. If I have money, I will use a bit too much every single week, because the fact that I have the money to spend, and that's not okay. I mean, it's not healthy. It's not helping anything. So, it needs to be the first and only thing. I mean, it needs to be the first thing I use my salary on, so it actually happens. Now, I will make a pot here, and it will be kind of small because it's you don't see where it stands because they're so long in the way, but it will be a nice small flower. Now I can use this. Or you spend a lot on clothes. I don't spend money on clothing really, but I usually don't buy clothing. But what took away the rest of my salary this month was in fact actually clothing. So yeah, but I usually don't spend. I don't buy clothing because, I mean, not only is it wasteful, but there's the clothing available in malls and such. It's not necessarily the style of what I want, so it's usually just plain hoodies or t-shirts and pants, and that's no fun. And I have a lot of it. I don't need necessarily more, so that's why I don't really buy clothing. It's more energy drinks and tomato sauce to make pasta. What else do I use money on? I use money on cigarettes. That's usually what takes the cake. And other than that, I usually only spend money in a grocery store. So yeah, only the essential actually. I buy so much clothes, but I buy secondhand in Asia and US. That's actually I mean, that's a lot better in a lot of ways. I wanted to buy secondhand um, a long time, but the secondhand clothing in Norway actually sucks balls. You have to go to the shop basically and essentially every single day to maybe get something nice once every month, and that's very tiring, and I'm not doing that. Don't you feel money on energy drinks and cig is a waste? I personally, I don't think it's a waste. Personally, I think it's essential because everything you buy in a grocery store is essential. And that's my only reasoning, and it's the only thing that is necessary in any way possible. Definitely. I am not. I am quite aware that it's not. They're both so overpriced. I mean, yeah, but they're they fulfill my soul in a way other objects and materialism can't. So it's essential. I can't not, at least for a while. I need to have other thing that stimulates my happy hormones. I mean, yeah, the things need to change before that can change. Right? I would get so mad if I felt the need to buy it. Well, I don't feel that it's like necessary. It's just a habit. At least energy drinks. And I mean, cigarettes makes me go out and experience air, and it makes me get more breaks on works. So it's also very and highly necessary, of course. There's nothing more important, definitely. Now, I will try to make the lighting a bit more make sense, yes, and I will make the pond look a bit better. Which I am slowly failing at. But that's okay. It happens. I mean, it's happening. So then it must happen again as well. So it's just, you need to be prepared for it to happen again. Always. Now, I think I need to make this a bit brighter so it will make sense that there's sunlight things. I mean, fuck. Perfect. I will not do anything more than that. Now. Perfect. And now I need light. I need this one. I can't turn the lid properly on. That's okay. How you paint something if you don't know how to do it? You try. You think of what you want to do. You realize, fuck, I don't quite know how to do it, and then you see, okay, but there's something I know how to do, like where it's supposed to be and how lines are supposed to be in correlation to each other, and then it's starting look at things that is the same as what you want to paint. That usually helps. But it's just pretending to know how to do it, and then with the facts of how it's supposed to look and such, it will make sense. And the it will make sense. It makes sense, I promise. Now, I will make sun. I will make light appear. I want to start painting, but I can't paint shit. I mean, that's not the attitude. If you want to paint, you have to try, and you have to just do what you know how to paint, and then you need to keep painting what you know how to paint, and then you have to smallly but surely embed it things that you don't know how to paint. Like, I don't know how to paint suns. I don't know how to paint sunsets, but it's a important step into figuring it out, is to try to do it. Like, remember what it looks like, and then make it look the same, essentially. You just learn everything by yourself. Yes, I have, because I'm just that amazing. I mean, it's because I have a good sense of color and perspective, and I mean, I know how to use my pencil, and it makes it easier to figure out what to do, right? If you follow the line. The trick is to do it frequently, and that is, I paint every single weekend, and you're basically my hostage for me to be motivated to paint, essentially, and therefore I am able to paint something every single day. I mean, weekend, meaning I'm gaining the skill and I'm becoming better at it every single second of time. Right, that makes sense. I'm back. Hi, Sam. And paint harder. No, right now it's very delicate. I can't paint hard, and I will paint clouds now because it's necessary to have clouds. It's an essential part of everything. and I will not paint hard because it's delicate. Paint hard or die trying. uh, paint no, don't paint hard. Paint in the matter you want to paint. You don't have to do it hard. That's not necessary. I'm just trying to motivate you. I mean, if I am very motivated every single second I touch the canvas, I don't necessarily need motivation. If anything, I just need the pressure of being filmed at the same time as I'm painting. That is actually enough motivation for me to essentially try harder, because I have paintings that I have painted and since before I started to stream regularly, right? And the main thing is that there wasn't anything keeping me here, making me continue brushing things on the canvas. So it's like it kind of I just need the peer pressure of having to sit here. That's actually enough. But I mean, I thank you for trying. I appreciate it. It's really nice of you. Now, I think I have destroyed it, but I think it's also necessary, because it doesn't make sense that it's like yellow if it's this dark. So I am currently making it red, because it's like the lost sun at all, which makes more sense, I promise. You want to try to do a gallery show? Possibly, but then I need to paint more, essentially. I mean, and I need to have, I feel like I need to have a bigger theme and like a wholeness to the pieces I'm painting, and I don't think I have that yet. So it's at least a long project to strive towards, and something I will be willing to do and to be and everything. It just has to take a while before that can occur. Now, I need to fix the clouds. I think they should words. I don't I need blue, but I need a darker blue, and I need a bit more reddish blue, so I need purple essentially. Right, that's easier. Purple. Your mod bot blocked 3 of my messages already. Well, that's, I don't know what words are there, and the the thing on Streamlabs isn't connecting to the chat, so I can't see those messages. And although I am a moderator on my phone, I am not able to I'm not able to see them. I just wrote, do some big ass paintings. Though a lot big canvases are expensive, and I then it will do take time. Yes, it will be a while until that can happen. Essentially, yes, my point stands. And for that to happen, I also need a lot more paint, and that's also fucking expensive. Like, can't have nice things unless just breaking the fucking wallet. It's okay, I will keep my language to Christian friendly, amen. No, I promise you, I will I will see what was allowed and not allowed to say in the chat, and I will take away the stupid banned words, so it's easier to communicate, and it's not so I mean, you need to keep your language nice, but it's not essential to be necessarily very Christian in the language. That's not necessary. When I have fixed that, I have said that I will fix that a long time now. Maybe this time is the time I actually do it. Oops. I mean, how much a canvas like the one you got cost? It's a paper, and the paper cost for a block of 12 sheets. I think it was I think that one cost about 50 Norwegian money, so essentially $5. But it's meant for no, wait. I thought wrong. I thought it was for the watercolor, because that one's 50, but this one's closer to 100 Norwegian money, and that's essentially $10. Essentially, ish, kind of. Now, and that's a sheet of paper in a 12 block, and so I don't know how much this one exactly cost. Oh, Holy Father, please forgive me, for I have sinned. How did you sin? What's the cheapest way when you start out? If you know, like, the stores that just has a lot of weird stuff in it, like random stuff. The most important thing to be a bit pricey on when you start out is the paint, because it's better to paint with better quality in the painting. But pencils and such you can buy very cheap, but you'll maybe they'll bleed. I mean, the strains will like fade away and everything, but it's more important to learn how to use a pencil, even though it's cheap and such, I think. And personally, I not this one, but a lot of my other paintings, like this one, it's backside of a cereal cereal cartridge. So to have spend money on things to paint on, it's not necessarily an important thing. Yes, I managed to formulate that. I see we're literally half world apart of each other when you're saying Norwegian money. Cereal boxes seems nice to paint on. They are. The reason I started painting a color first was not only because I saw it was smart on TikTok, but the cardboard box, the cardboard wasn't very showing off the pigments. It's kind of sucked in everything. So that's something to think about, to paint a solid color first and then continue with the colors of choice after. And I think it actually helped a lot, which is good, because that means it worked. Like, you have an obstacle and you overcome it, and that's important, and that's easier to do the further more you paint, and the further more you are confident in the things you paint. Definitely. Amen. Is there a rule to layering? No. If at least the first, if you have a cardboard thingy, I usually paint a whole solid color first, and then I started painting the house, like to line up the house. No, hold on. Firstly, I painted the grass, and then I painted the house, and then I painted this, and then I continued on here, and now I'm working on the background. But smart people and people who come from like art classes and such usually will tell you to, if you have like a realistic painting, it's best if you start from behind, you know, right, if that makes sense and is not funny and very seriously, but it's not necessary, because there's a harmony to every single photo or painting made, and it's more important that the message or the solid thing you were trying to make is prevalent, rather than it being in sort of an order, because I think rules will only make the art worse. Like, if you have to, I have to do this and this and this and that before I can do that, is kind of smart, but it's not necessary, and you can do everything in the order that you want to make them in. So you can paint all background even though you will put something in front. Yes, you can paint the whole background first and then essentially letting it dry a bit, so you're not smushing in colors and it comes out the way you want it to be, and then paint everything in front of it. That's usually the easiest and most the smartest thing to do, which I usually don't follow that, because sometimes if you don't have a specific enough plan as to what you're going to paint, I at least find myself wanting to sketch out the motif first, so I have a bit more of an idea as to how I'm going to execute the rest of the picture. And then how I'm going to find a harmony that works within the painting, if that makes sense. But I mean, yes, you can paint everything background first. Just make it dry before you paint a lot of things in front of it. Perfect. Now I will remove the red and take it and make it a bit more purple, and make the sky also a bit more purple downstairs. I mean, down where I'm painting right now. So it makes sense, because I made the clouds purple, and then it's kind of it does make quite much sense, as I would like it to, but that's okay. Perfect. And now I just have to paint the everything else as well. I mean, I need to paint the this little island thingy, mountain thingy as well, because I smushed a lot of color all over it, and that's not okay, and that's a mistake. Now I need to make also the pond purple. Fuck. Right. I should probably do that, so it is realistic, so it makes sense. Now I will make it very purple-ish, but I will make it somewhat smudgy. It's a lot of wind down there, so it's it's not that necessary to be very specific in the coloring of everything, and you can't see the clouds because you can't. I decided. Perfect. That's enough. Now I can fix that. Exactly. Not that you can see it very clearly, but if you join my Discord, or if you don't like Discord, you can follow me on Instagram, because there I post HD images, or how high quality Instagram allows it to be. Now, let's paint this again for hopefully the last time. Perfect. Now I can do paint a bit down here, so it's not weird lines. Perfect. Now, I need something more in this painting, and I am a bit unsure how to paint it, but that's okay. I need to just use all my brain cells and figure it out. Yeah. Fuck. Okay. So, my mission. No. I need to. Something more important. I mean, a important detail. Fuck. Where's the black? There it is. I need to make a water thingy. That's important. I need to do that first. Definitely. It's essential now. Fuck. I need to be able to place my hand about here, so I can make it. Yes. Perfect. Perfect. Now I just need to fill that with a color so it is visible. And honestly, this is not as pretty as I would like it to be, but that's okay. Because I can fix that ish. It's not filling itself with color in the way I want it to fill itself with color. Oh. And then it spews water out here. Yes, it looks like a shoe. But that's okay. And then I need to like just put it to the wall. Pin it in place, make sure it doesn't leave. And I need to make it here as well, so it's like gathering the water, although they're not as big as they should be, because they don't really gather all that much water. Essentially, so I need more color on pencil so I can. Oops. Fuck. Yeah, if there's something I regret painting on this painting, it's this thingy. But it's something that makes it more realistic, you know. You can't really have a house without those things, because they're just so essential. Yeah, precisely. Yes, and though it is lumpy in every way possible, I have to continue. Not perfect, but it's okay. It's acceptable. It's perfect in its trial to be. No. There's things I wanted to place. Yes, there was one thing I wanted to put in. But I need to make the grassy thing not so you need to, it doesn't have to be a straight line. But I kind of made it a straight line. But anyway, that's okay. Now, I need this one again. I need to, because the idea was a character just standing and watching it, but I'm not going to be able to make it in the way I wanted to make it, and I am unsure to make it at all. But then again, it seems kind of empty, and yeah, oops. So I think I will make things, I will make lights from the city, from whatever things decided to pop up and live down under here, and to show that, oh yeah, people exist other than this house. I think that is a kind of good idea. Yes, definitely. And then I can make a bench and maybe a bush down here. Yes, that that seems like a very good idea. I like that. No. Yeah. And that seems to also fit in the time that I usually use to paint certain things. I am very glad that these things take about 2 to 3 hours, because it's kind of a nice length to be streaming at as well. And if I were to make huge ass paintings, it will take a longer time, and I would have to be able to sit here for longer than that, or maybe paint some of it, like continue it throughout the week, and then I have to be able to do that as well. So it will probably come when it's ready and evolve as things tend to do over time. Right. So I'm making lights. I'm making people. There are people living in the lights. That's a big one. That wasn't necessarily the meaning. It was an accident. I need to go to sleep because it's almost morning already. Nice. I'm proud of you. But thank you for chatting. It really made my night better. I'll come back another stream for sure. It's gonna annoy you on Discord a little bit too. Haha, take care, bye. It was really lovely chatting with you too, and I look forward to talking to you on Discord as well. It would be probably as lovely as this conversation was, and you should be able to sleep well. I wish you the best of dreams, and no nightmares, because they suck. They're no good. Perfect. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Good night. Sleep tight. And then wake up feeling refreshed and well and calm and good spirited and fresh. Right. Yes. Perfect. Those lights make sense. There's another hill here, so you can't see the lights on that side of the pond. I mean, like, something. There's water there at least. Now, I can make a bench. I will make a bench, and it will be kind of white. It will be gray, so I will need white. If it wants to, that is. Oh, there we go. It wanted to at last. Great. I will switch up the pencil. Yeah, I will need to find a better pencil. If I have ones that there, this one, perfect. Perfect. I will make a bench. And I need to make it the white, not white. It's hard making a gray that looks nice. Okay, but anyway, I think I got it. It's kind of okay. Yeah. Now, the only question is, how do you make a fucking bench? Now, I can make the back first, I guess. That would be a smart thing to do. Yeah. Or maybe the legs. I don't know. Now, I wanted to stand here. Yes. And then it is on a slight angle upwards. Yes, makes sense. And then another leg. Great, that looks pretty. And then it goes up. I mean, yes. Perfect, that makes sense as well. Perspective is a hard thing that is necessary to practice, so it's a good thing I am practicing it technically ish. Yeah, it's not quite it's not the best perspective, but that's okay. Because at least I'm trying, and that's the most important thing in existence, and that is trying. So yeah, perfect. I mean, yay. It looks ridiculously huge about here, so I think something went wrong. I can't quite put my finger on it, but maybe this should have been a bit more onto here. But yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, clearly that's the only thing that's wrong. And then we have things to sit on. Definitely the way they are usually. I lied. It doesn't. It's not the prettiest bench I've ever made, but that's okay. Now, mm, yeah, I need to make a slightly darker gray color. Because now we're painting the back of it, and that's darker. Now, then this should also be darker actually. Yes. Although we always painted the back of it, fuck. But anyway, it's okay. It makes sense. You just don't have to think. If you don't think about it, it makes sense all the time. Now, about here. Oh, yes. That looks kind of junky. It doesn't. It's not that pretty, but that's okay because I haven't really painted it, and practicing is the only thing making things better. Precisely. I know. Kind of smart. Now, that was really huge. And that was kind of too far away from everything else. I mean the other ones. But that's okay. It happens. Perfect. And that looks kind of okay. Although the seating planks they're not linear as the other ones, but that's okay. It's okay. It happens. Now, what did I say? And bushes, right. I need more green then. Green. There it is. Oh, I can make small rose bushes. I mean, maybe I can make a huge one just bumping over here, so it's kind of filled. Now, then I need this one. This one's perfect for this exact thing. Perfect. Okay, it's not necessarily too bright. It's just very light in comparison to everything else. So I need to make it darker. Yes, and especially then here. It needs to be darker. And then, I mean, the darkness can kind of take a back seat over here. Making it darker down here and ish brighter on top. I don't think I executed that fantastically, but I mean, it's something. Definitely, it is something. Yeah. I will try to darken it ever so slightly more. And I will assume that this worked. Perfect. Now, only one thing left to do, and that is paint small dots of red. And to paint small dots of red is my favorite thing to do because it's so easy. It doesn't require that much other than placing color just barely. So yeah, it's very easy to do. And they're kind of far away, so it makes sense for them not to be very defined. Yeah. And I won't paint some further down because I think that ruins the perspective of it, because they're only on the top, I would guess, assume, pretend it's my painting. I can sort of decide how the logistics of it works, but I think it's okay just to do it like so on the top. Also, just because I think flowers tend to grow on top rather than like further down, so it also kind of makes sense. Now, perfect. I think I nailed it. So if I were to critique my own work, I'd say what I'm not that proud of is this. It's like it's ridiculously bright, but I cannot be bothered to fix it because I think I have sit too long. To sit in a chair is very hard, and it's not easy. But hi, Julian Art. Unfortunately, I'm kind of done with the painting, so I'm kind of critiquing what I should be able to fix, but just can't be bothered to, which is fun. I love it. That's okay. I have like a house and landscapes that is further away, and then a small garden with a bench. Now, I didn't like that the bench is very bright, and it's kind of obvious, at least on stream, because of the poor quality, that it kind of ruins the harmony. Thank you for following, and I usually have the stream at this start of the hour, but I had to do it early because my mom would come home this night, and yeah, it shows that it's not the same light levels, so I should also have made the house darker. I did do the roof darker, and I should have done the house darker as well. Now, since it's not good quality on stream, I will plug my Discord, which I post my art in, and then it's also a community, and I will be very happy to say everything good about artistic things you post there. And then I also have an Instagram, but it's not as important. But I hope you will enjoy watching the painting in better quality, maybe even HD, or 400 and something pH or quality, yes. And I have been I have been liking to sit here and paint and mainly talking to myself. You're welcome, sister. Thank you. I appreciate it a lot. And I will stream next next week, 7 days from now, and I will probably start the stream about around this time. So if this time is appropriate and fitting for your schedule, you can actually be able to pay attention to more of the stream. And thank you for watching, and I will then see you next time. Thank you. Goodbye.